머문 적이 없다고.
Oh, it's R&B, but they're leaning on some weird synth choices. Just like tiny little synth sounds in the background here and there. Like there's a saw bouncing underneath this R&B. Hello everyone, what is going on? My name is the Newbie Warrior, and welcome back to my K-pop reaction channel. I post new K-pop reaction videos here almost every single day, so if you like this video and want to see more videos of success, so make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button and check out some other stuff on the channel. Today, I'm extremely excited. I'm going to be reacting to my first VIXX album. I've had lots of requests since I first reacted to Shangri-La. Please react to VIXX, react to VIXX, react to VIXX albums, react to VIXX B-sides. I've had lots of specific recommendations for good VIXX B-sides. And so, I put the greatest album of all time polls up, and VIXX was the artist that you guys voted for my male greatest album of all time for Season 2. So, here we are, we're reviewing VIXX, which was the first album. If you don't know what greatest album of all time is, it is my weekly album reaction/review series. Basically, the goal is I take an artist whose music that I like, but I'm not super familiar with, like maybe I only know their title tracks, or I've heard like one or two B-sides, and then I sit down and my goal is to go through their entire discography, all of their albums, which for the purpose of this series I define an album as any release, single release that has 3 or more original songs, so not like 2 songs in the same, like different languages, like the same song in 2 different languages, or like so basically, yeah, as long as there's 3 or more songs, I'm not going to review instrumentals of a song that's also on the album. I'm not going to review intros and outros unless they're, like, full-length songs, that sort of thing. But 3 or more songs, basically, and I call it an album, so that applies to a lot of single albums. And the goal is to give each song a score from 1 to 10 with 0.5, so that's on a 20-point scale. And the end goal is to pick my favorite album from each artist. Obviously, I'm running this for Mamamoo, which I just posted a couple of days ago, and VIXX right now. I already did Greatest Album of All Time for Super Junior, EXO, and G-Friends. You can go check that out in my Greatest Album of All Time's playlist. And, I'm really excited. I love this. I had to take a break from it because of my limited summer recording schedule. We're back on. I'm pumped. I've heard 2 songs on this album. I've heard Scentist and Shangri-La because I reacted to the MVs. Yeah, I'm excited. So, here we go. Oh, a couple more things to note very quickly, and I promise I won't do this long of an intro in every video, but since it is the first episode of a new season with a new artist, I wanted to get all of the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I do reserve the right to change these scores at any time until I finish the last song, and then I will, I'll tell you I'm going to switch some scores around, or I'm okay with them, and then they're locked in and I can't change them once this episode ends. So, for example, if I say Scentist is in a 10, right? Which I'm not saying it is, but let's say hypothetically I give Scentist a 10 out of 10. I say it's a perfect song, but then I find a song I like more than Scentist. Then I obviously have to lower Scentist, and I can do that until the end of the episode. So, don't freak out if a song gets a low score. Also, these are just my opinions. They are not to be, this is just my first impression, reactions to how much I like a song. So, if I don't like your favorite song, totally fine. I'm sure you like songs that I don't like, and vice versa. At the end, if you would like to comment your scores, or at least like what your favorite songs are, what songs you disagree with me on, that'd be fun. And one more thing, these scores are self-contained to VIXX alone, so I will not be, like, if I give this album a 9.0, and then I gave the Mamamoo album, I don't remember what I gave it, 7.6, I believe, or something like that. Don't take this and say, my album's better than your album. I'm only comparing these to other VIXX songs. These scores are isolated in a bubble for VIXX. Same with every artist I've done Greatest Album of All Time for. Same with every artist I will do Greatest Album of All Time for. Okay, with all that out of the way, sorry, here we go. VIXX, VIXX, I'm excited. Scentist, I loved this song. Those dark synths. They have such a sensual, dark vibe to some of their music that I've heard. I love the synth ballads here. Oh, this build. This instrumental is simple on purpose. Oh, that's such a clean, dark drop. Oh, I love Ravi's voice so much. Oh, that's such a nice little percussive flow. I'm addicted to these synth riffs, and the vocal lines that they're throwing on them are so pretty. Cuts to just snaps for Ravi. And like that eerie organ in the background. These builds. You have that. Oh, it's so hype, but like without being hype. Like it's chill hype, if that makes sense. Those harmonies on those fast lines. I'm sorry, I try not to rewind as much in Greatest Album of All Time as I do in a lot of my other reactions, but I am gonna rewind. Yeah, screw that. That's a lie. I'm gonna rewind. I don't know why I said that. I need to hear these harmonies again. On these staccato lines. That and then there's harmonies on that, and it sounds so good. Awesome riffs from Ken there. Oh, that's a pretty song. Oh, the problem is, it's so hard. It's so hard because this is the first album, so I know I'm gonna rate things in a way that I want to like switch later, but it's okay, it's okay. Okay, so just in general, obviously this isn't my first reaction to this song, and it won't be my first reaction to Voodoo or to Shangri-La as well either. But man, just listening to this is so. There's something that clicks really well about the synth choices they made, the simple escalations and de-escalations, the perfect layering of vocal harmonies. Like, they didn't try to be too flashy, they did just enough to have the maximum impact, I feel like. Like, it still feels like a dark, minimal kind of electronic track, but the way that they layered things just enough to make it never boring, never boring at all. There's always something interesting. But it's never overwhelming either. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Obviously, disturbingly so, if you account the lyrics and the source material. But the, just listening to it, it's so pretty. And then obviously Ravi, one of my favorite rap voices ever. Like, he just has a cool voice, and he can flow like insane. So, okay, so the question is, what score? What score? See, like I said, it's so hard. These first albums are so hard because I don't want to score things too highly, because obviously then there's nowhere to go if a whole album is better than this album somehow, even if I love this album, right? But then I don't want to score too low, because then the whole scale is weird and I have to get really minute, and then I don't know. I love that track. I'm trying to think, is that my favorite track that I've heard? I think Shangri-La I like more. So I'm going to give this a tentative 9. Once again, this is subject to change as I listen to more and more of this album. We're going to give this a 9 for now. It could definitely go up or down, depending on... I don't see that being a perfect 10, because I like to leave room for, like, moments when I'm like... But, 10s are usually, like, mind-blown. I can't put into words. And so this definitely doesn't feel like that, but this definitely could be a 9.5 if I don't hear anything that I like more on the album. I don't know. We'll see. On to Odd Sense. Here we go. This is the first song that I am fully reacting to. And my first VIXX B-side. Well, I guess Shangri-La, it depends if you count that, because that had a music video and was promoted as well, but... Oh? Oh! That guitar riff is dirty. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fanboy every time I hear Ravi's voice. Like, I can't. It just, like, there's something about it that just makes my brain in its entirety happy. Listen to these guitars, though. There's, like, something slightly off about that little... This feels like weirdly 90s hip-hop for some reason. I think it's that little dirty riding synth. Okay, bit of whispering. Curious where this is going. Freaking Sawyer Robbie. Oh, that little... Ooh. This chorus hits so hard. It's like it's a riding song. Jeez. It's like... Ooh. This is such a cool beat to hear him on. Oh, the modulation! I'm sorry, I need to hear the modulation and back up again. I like that delayed drop with the double hit on the drum. Those ad-libs. What a cool song. That's cool. Whoa. It's so hip-hop, but like with some... like I said, it feels like a 90s like riding hip-hop beat, but then they put like some really weird melodic stuff that obviously you'd never hear in that. It's very K-pop. And like these bright synths are so out of place. It's like, okay, so I really, really like the aesthetic of this track. I will say the instrumental is a little tiny bit too repetitive. I know that there's a lot of big changes, but that guitar riff, while I like that little guitar line, the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, it's a sexy little guitar riff. It works really well for this. I think that it gets a little repetitive even with the key changes. So I don't think I like this as much as Scentist. However, I do really like the song. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention at the beginning. Keep in mind, my goal is to create an honest representation of how much I like which VIXX songs I like the most. So, if I give a song a 1, but I like every VIXX song, it doesn't even mean that I don't like the 1. Like, that could be a great song outside of the context of greatest album of all time. It's just that I like VIXX'S music so much, or whoever, right? So, don't be, like, a low score is just by purely comparing it to other songs. So it's not literally like I'm grading it, like success, fail. It's like, how much better is it than the other thing that I've heard? So, in this case, this feels extremely strong. I'm going to listen to this song a ton, because it's very cool. It's a totally different vibe from Scentist. Scentist is like a dark, atmospheric type track, and this feels very, I don't know, it's a very R&B type, almost like I said, like early hip-hop influenced writing track. So we're going to start this at a 7.5. Once again, these scores are likely to change, but just, this, it's so cool. It's so cool. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. And then obviously Ravi's rap voice. This escalation, I need to hear this one more time. This modulation. And then the ad-libs go flying up at the top. That's so nice. Oh, I want to hear it again. I can't stop listening to it. Okay. Onto Silence. So that was my first experience with a VIXX B-side, and it's amazing. So, here we go. I'm excited now. I'm always nervous on that first B-side, because I'm like, oh no, what if I don't like it? But nope, nervousness gone. It's great. Oh! Very dance influence? Ooh, the sexy whisper? Jeez. A little bit of the tropical drums in the background. Jeez. Dude, okay. I'm a Ravi bias. It's 100% locked in. 100%. If it wasn't already, it's locked in. Dude's voice just... It's so godly. It's like... It's unfair. Why do I sound like this and not like that? Who knows? Okay. Open up into a melodic chorus. Where are we building to? Please be a good drop. Oh, it is. It's a clean drop. I don't love that clap sample, I'm not gonna lie. But everything else is really good. Using the revving motor, the little ding. Okay. That's the best. That's the best Ravi verse I've heard so far since I started reacting. I think so. Like I said, if you've been watching my VIXX reactions, then you know I talk about this a lot. But I'm going to mention it really quickly. Before I knew what subunits were or who VIXX was, or before I had a reaction channel, I listened to VIXX LNR, not knowing that was Leo and Ravi from VIXX or who VIXX was. And I was like, dude, this rapper is insane, and it was just like one of the things that pulled me in more into Korean music. And so there's definitely some verses on some of their stuff that is really, really fast and impactful, but I think this is the strongest verse I've heard from Ravi since I started reacting. I don't know. Sounds so good. That's a nice bass they're using. Oh, the back and forth between the pretty vocals and Ravi's little spoken whisper refrain. Oh, that's... I like how orchestral that part sounds. I like these really wavy, like almost slow-mo synths, as I like to call them. I like to call these slow-mo synths. And I've heard VIXX use them a couple of times, and it's like Sentis uses them as well. This is cool. I really like the sound of them. I still don't love that clap. I wish that was not in the track, but... I love the other samples in the song. Oh, this is a pretty section. Bring the tropical drums back for Ravi. Oh, they changed the chorus. That's my favorite thing in the whole... Yes, VIXX, thank you. I like choruses. Obviously, choruses are supposed to be the catchy part of the song that you're familiar with, that everyone can sing along to and be like the point that everyone knows, right? But when a chorus changes in a significant way from the other choruses in the song and still has the essence of that chorus, but sounds significantly different, that's one of my favorite things in music, period, and it works really well, and I'm so happy they did it here. Like, I think a lot of groups would have just dropped into this chorus here. The same chorus as before. Oh. That's gorgeous. Okay, it's time to rearrange some scores. Listen, I love Sentis a lot. We're gonna move it from a 9 down to an 8. Silence is a 9. And then we're gonna move Odd Sense down to like a 7 or something for now. Once again, these can change. Or maybe it's like a 6.5? I don't know. Silence feels so good. It's such a... There's just an aesthetic. Everything VIXX does has this aesthetic to it. Such a strong, clearly defined vision. And people call them the concept kings. And at first when I heard that, I thought that people were just talking about music videos and the outfits and the choreography all matching perfectly, right? And committing to any concept. Now that I've heard a couple of their B-sides, what I'm realizing is that it's that way with their music too. When they commit to a sound, when they commit to a genre, when they commit to a set of sounds, a type of song, a flow, they commit so hard and they pull it off so flawlessly. Like so flawlessly. I love the synth choice. The escalation, de-escalation. The pretty vocals back and forth with Ravi's like little Ravi whisper thing. Like I said, my favorite Ravi verse to date since I started reacting is on this track. Yeah, it's amazing. Silence. It's so gorgeous. Like, and then this end section where they drop the chorus out. They drop the chorus out and have a really pretty unique ending section too after the really pretty bridge. Like, before I could get sick of the chorus. Like, yeah, that's a really, really good song. Okay, on to My Valentine. Here we go. Oh, okay, R&B. We're starting with R&B. Their vocals are so strong. Dude, it's not fair to anybody else in the world to have Ravi in your group. Like, hopefully you guys aren't gonna get sick of this, but if you are, apologies. Like I said, I'm gonna keep talking about his voice, so the way that they're using him uniquely to make sounds that just other people don't make. Like, you'd have to synthesize the crap out of other people's voices to get even close. Ravi's just like, yeah, it's just me. Don't worry about it. This is sexy. What the? Oh! And then they have the little filthy club synth. At the very start of the song, I thought it was gonna be like a filthy club song with the boom, boom that club synth, that bass. Ooh, ooh, boom, boom, boom. I can't do it, but I need to hear this section again when they cut the instrumental. Hold up. Oh, it's so... it's R&B, but they're leaning on some weird synth choices. Just like tiny little synth sounds in the background here and there. Like there's a saw bouncing underneath this R&B. Underneath the piano. Oh! It's a little hot. Please open me up. Man, this song's sexy. Still not fair.
쉴틈이 없어 너를 붙든 그 안고 트리플렛 리듬과 늘어지면 빈틈없이 우반복 더 달콤하게 저어줘 난 이제야 손에 걷어 이 밤엔 끝이 없어 My Valentine.
They're using instrumental breaks really well. And I don't mean... I'm stupid. Obviously instrumental break means only the instruments. They're using literal breaks from the instruments. They're using silence, like instrumental silences or pauses very well in this song. They did it before, and then they just did it again at the end of Ravi's rap. to really emphasize whatever vocal line or rap line in that case is going on. This is amazing. Oh, those harmonies. Oh, that club bass again. It's a 10. It's a 10. I'm telling you right now, it's a 10. Ah, they're so good. Ah, that's a 10. 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 It's a 10. Remember what I said? It has to make me like that. That's what that song did. Okay. Just first of all, as a pure sexy R&B song, how good their individual vocals, all of them were. But then their unique use of that club bass, like how it starts, I thought this was going to be a totally different song. Listen, I was like, but then they bring in the jazzy R&B piano and the snaps or whatever that sound is. That's just a drum probably. But just listen to any vocal line in this entire song. It's beautiful, harmonious. It's so good. No, there's the club synth again. And the vocals are so far forward in the mix and everything, and then they switch it up, and there's a really cool bridge, and then they use silence really well to pause the instrumental and let the vocal lines have more impact when they really want it to. And it's just good. It's not good, it's perfect. Obviously, this isn't a 10 if I hear a song better than it, somehow, some way, but I don't expect it. This is amazing. This is truly, 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 truly very, 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 very good. My Valentine, a new favorite VIXX song. That is God tier. That is, so good. On to Circle. Like I said, I don't expect that to be topped, but who knows? Maybe. I hope so, but I doubt it. Keeping the sexy vibe, maybe? Oh, starting with the Robbie. Oh, that's cool. Just singing over the top in harmony with that. Maybe that was octaves. I love their vocals so much. That little harmony. That's a beautiful chorus. Ah, the ad-lib. So good. Like the static at the end too. That is very pretty. Very, 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 very pretty. Obviously, it doesn't touch My Valentine for me, but that is a very good song. Do I like that more than Scientist? That's hard. I think I might like that slightly more than Scientist. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to lower some of these. Like, not, once again, this is not a 65%. This is just, it has to be a certain number of places lower than the other songs to accurately represent how much I like it. So we're gonna bump this to a 7.5. We're gonna bump Odd Sense to a 6.5. Circle is getting an 8. I like it just slightly more than Scientist. It's so close. But it's just like, it's because, here's the thing. Scientist is amazing, and I love dark atmospheric stuff. What I like more than dark atmospheric stuff is jazzy, sexy stuff. And I like that slightly more, and so it's literally just a genre thing that gives it that 0.5 more. And so much Ravi in this song. Obviously, he raps on all their songs that I've heard. But, and like the singing an octave over him here, it's so pretty. Yeah, it really just comes down to the style of song, in that I slightly like this style of song more than Scientist, even though I love that style of song. It's so hard. Maybe they're both hits, I don't know. Remember, these can all change. Except Valentine, unless something's better than it that I can change too. Okay, good day, good day. Guitar?
Yeah. I'll call today a good day.
Okay. Ooh. Appreciate snaps or clicks instead of claps. Completely different style of song all of a sudden. It's okay. I mean, the vocals are gorgeous. Any issue I take so far is the instrumental, not the vocal. Ravi is going off though. Completely different. Like the blow switch in the middle was really good. it's like, that's cool to add people to it. This has almost a retro pop or rock vibe, like almost like from the 70s, from like the US. There's like light disco elements to the chorus, and I really don't like that style of music. That guitar is way too repetitive for me. Which sucks because the vocals are great, but... So here's the thing. I'm gonna be completely honest in this series. I'm not gonna like every song from any group. And this one is like... Maybe it's just the genre, and maybe it's just the style of song, but this is significantly less interesting to me than anything I've... This is just VIXX doing a genre of a song that I've heard for 30... That I have 30 years worth of listening, or 40 years worth of listening to the same music. Like, if this was in English, I could have heard this song 40 years ago on any radio station in America. Not with the same level of vocals, but basically the same instrumental and the same type of feel and the same pacing and everything. Structurally, it didn't have any of the... Like I said I was saying in My Valentine, and in some of the other songs as well, there's very interesting chorus switch-ups where they don't repeat the same chorus, they keep it from being too boring, they add different breaks and they drop sections of the... They didn't do any of that here. This just felt like kind of a boring 70s American pop disco track, but with slightly better vocals and a rapper with a cool voice with a rap verse. So to me, compared to VIXX'S other stuff, we're gonna give this a 2. Once again, it's not literally like compared to all music. It's just compared to the VIXX music I've heard. This is vastly disappointing to me. It's just like there's none of that special. So far, every song I've heard from VIXX, not just on this album, but like the title tracks I've reacted to as well, all have something special, something cool, something unique, switch-ups. They commit to an aesthetic. They do it their own way. There's some unexpected, cool, charismatic, special element that, and this song is the only thing I've heard from them that just completely lacks that. This score might even go down. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to give it a 1 right away, because it's the same thing as giving too many 10s, because I don't want to give things low, and then if there's something else. But yeah, that, to me, there's just, this felt empty and vapid, and I don't know. It just didn't work for me, which is fine, because everything else is doing really well. So, Escape. Here we go. This song's already scoring higher than that song. Already done more interesting things. Cool little... Really, really love the way this is starting. So it builds. I'm gonna restart it. It starts with the vocal, and then you have these little like drum hits come in, like the echoey, and then you have these little, like a really processed vocal echoey. It's so cool. I need to hear this again. And then the percussion, I think, and then the ha. Oh no, the ha comes in first, and the ah. Nice little metallic snare sound. And layer the bass up. Are we speeding up? Did we just speed up when we brought the bass in? We may have actually sped up slightly in the track. Hold on. Yeah, it's sped up. The track got faster. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. The whole track sped up slightly. It really emphasizes the feeling of building here. Whoa. Hold on, I need to hear that slide again. Da, 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 da. Oh, that delivery. Ah, the angst. Such an addictive little combination of samples. Listen, they even brought other instrument. They already had so many instrumental samples going. Then they cut 2 of them or 3 of them and brought in new ones for his rap. It's so cool that they do that. So that those go away. They bring in this other bass of the. Then they bring like this chant. Oh, and then they add one of the elements back in. Oh. Ah, I did it again. I know I said that I generally don't like repeated choruses without switching. They could repeat this chorus 3 more times and I'm fine with it. Nice little stutter flow. Interesting kind of wavy bridge. Oh, the way they escalate and de-escalate. Oh. So many layers. And fade out, huh? Run away. Run away. Run away. Oh, geez, the last whisper. I'm not going to talk about the score until a second. I need to just listen to a little bit of this 10 again.
내가 전부라도 이렇게 영화 속에 머문 적이 없다고.
Okay, it's not quite the 10. I thought for a second we might have another 10. We're gonna give Escape a 9.5. This is straight magic. Like, actually magical. Like, what on earth did just happen to my ears? Almost perfect. The only reason it's not is because Valentine has this other quality to it that I can't explain. But the layering of the different tracks in Escape and the way that they're, like I said, just the escalation, even how the song starts, where they literally speed up and they, so building and deconstructing elements of complex music is pretty common in K-pop, and that's one of the things that I loved about it initially, is that there's often so many layers and they're added and removed kind of fluidly. But the way VIXX does it here, they even speed up the tempo as they add elements. That, oh, also Robbie's Whisper. So I talked about this already, but I need to talk about it again because this is amazing. It speeds up as they add stuff. It's so cool. Then they add the vocal harmonies. Just the way that they escalate and de-escalate elements in this song without it feeling crowded or like it's too much. It's just like, it's so good. Their music's so good. Their vocalists are so good. Ravi's so good. Trigger. Okay. Oh, I heard one note. I wanted to make sure I had 1080p on, not auto. Here we go. Oh? Are we gonna do the R&B thing again, or are we getting an actually club song? Sounds like dark club maybe? We'll see though. Really nice symbol that they're using. That's pretty. That's a really good verse. Like, even for Ravi, that's a really good verse. His use of automatopoeia is really percussive. I like it. It really sells the actual sound. I like these big open electronic chords with the vocals that are harmonizing with them. It's such a clean synth line. This is a little bit more conventional than some of their other stuff on this album, but it's still very, 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 very good. Oh. This bridge is very pretty. Also, these lyrics, though. This is like a deep synth pop. It's very good. I like how they have like a rap line in the middle of the chorus that is repeated. Like, it's part of the chorus, but it's very clear. It's not a melodic rap. It's just straight rap. It's cool. I don't hear that a ton. This repeated line from Robbie. That's really good. That's really good. I'm thinking, so it's like I said, it's a little bit more I don't know. I want to say conventional. It's a little bit more like industry standard, or like not as weird as a lot of the stuff on this album. It doesn't take as many risks, but it still executes what it does perfectly, and I really, really like the choices of the synth opening up, like I said, using the rap line in the chorus, cutting back and forth to Ravi's rap lines, the really, really, really forward lyrics, Ravi's automatopoeia with the click, clack, bow, and the other line that he had, being so percussive and so impactful. You really feel like the push me down, like these lyrics are delivered with so much oomph that like you feel the sexiness. Like they're like, oh, like that's what he's saying it like that. And that sells it slightly more than it probably should. I don't know. I'm thinking This song is making me raise my score on Scientist again. Do I like this more than Scientist? I don't know. I'm thinking I like this slightly more than Scientist. And slightly less than Circle. So we're actually going to give Circle an A5, and we're going to give Trigger an 8. Yeah, that's where I'm going on this. Very, very good. Very, 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 very good. Like I said, it's not Escape, and it's not My Valentine, but very, 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 very good. Okay, on to Resemble. Man, I'm going to listen to this album so much, so much. Okay. Ballad, jazz ballad maybe? I've yet to hear a VIXX ballad actually.
집으로 가는 길 너와 걸을 때마다 네 얘기에 자꾸 웃음만 나와.
Wow, that mix is really good.
쓸쓸한 날도 외로운 날도 한결같은 건 너와 나는 이야기뿐. 아득한 수많은 사람들 중 너와 나.
Oh, that use of space! And the subtle violin hits in the background. It's a ballad, but it has a pulse to it. But it's not sad. I mean, it's sad, but it has a pulse to it still. There we are, adding really cool elements again. Ah, and that subtle violin again. Yeah, these vocals. Whoa. Oh, orgasm. Oh, with that little guitar. This is almost like lo-fi. Like, obviously it's not low quality, but like the pacing of it. It's almost like coffee shop type vibes. It's like somewhere in between a ballad and like a coffee shop chill track. I don't know. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Obviously, I know Ravi because he's the main rapper and his voice is super unique. Names take me forever. It would help if these ones had names, but the best quality recordings I could find for these didn't. So most of them. So it is what it is. Whoever this is that's got the green here is singing like they're singing an opera or like a drama OST. Like, it's a very classical style of singing, and it shouldn't work for this track, but it does. It's like a classically trained light vocal style. I mean, they all sound really good, it's just his voice sounds... It's like a different genre, the style of singing he was singing. It's interesting. Nice jazz bass. Whoa. Oh, these chords. And the other elements kick back in. There's the violin again. Such a dramatic phrase. That's another 10. That's another 10. There's literally nothing I can do to improve that. I don't even have to compare it to Valentine. Completely different style of song, obviously. But it's... What? It's literally the instrumental samples were perfect. It's a blend between like a coffee house lo-fi vibe and then like like I said, like an OST ballad or like something that's it's so good. It's so good. And like I said, the vocal here, and like I said, like the lo-fi like rap verse from Robbie, where they just kick in the jazz bass. And the jazzy chord modulations and the cool stuff that's going on, the integration of the violins, like everything about this song is perfect and amazing and beautiful. And okay. See if we give any more 10s. I don't even know. On to Navy and Shining Gold. I'm guessing this is a fan song because those are their colors, I believe, right? Their fan colors. So, interesting. Maybe this will be another ballad to like thank fans or whatever. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of groovy. Okay. This is kind of adorable. Those vocals, though. Ooh. Man, he's so versatile as a rapper. Like, he's rapped in like 30 different styles on the freaking 10 songs that I've listened to so far. Yeah, if you count this song, it's not over yet. But if you count this song, he's literally rapped in like probably almost 30 different completely styles of rap. They're leaning into the disco again a little bit too much for me. Woo! This is kind of fun though and upbeat. I'm not gonna lie. I have a smile. The lyrics are probably really meaningful to people who've been, obviously, they're fans forever, right? Okay. So I said I was gonna be honest. First of all, I like that. Don't worry. It's not gonna be another good day. I think this is still a very interesting and not unique, but it's an interesting song that I could listen to and probably enjoy. However, I have to compare it to their music. I'm going to give this a 4.5. maybe a 4. Because I like it at least double what I like Good Day. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4. It's just, once again, it's like, it showcases way more than Good Day did. But it still feels like something here is lacking, that was lacking here, that all these other songs had that was really special. As a matter of fact, you know what? Odd Sense is going up to a 7, just to increase this contrast, I feel like. That doesn't throw my stuff out too much. Okay. When I scored that, I've moved some scores around since then. Okay, so, Navy and Shining Gold, it's, once again, hopefully people aren't too frustrated by this. If you can't tell, I spent a lot of time actually listening to the music and focusing on what I like and what I can break down and what hits me from a music standpoint, and then I use the lyrics as kind of a tertiary guide. So, like, I'm not evaluating a song purely based on my lyrics, because I'm not a music critic and I don't claim to be, and I have no credentials to do that, and I don't know how to write lyrics, so me judging lyrics is kind of pointless. It's just, if the lyrics work really well, it can enhance a song. Very rarely will it hurt a song. To me, the lyrics here don't add enough for me to really like it. Like, this is not a song I'm gonna listen to a ton. It's one that I'm not gonna skip, probably, if it comes on a shuffle playlist somewhere, but it's also not one I'm gonna seek out and listen to again, if that makes sense. It's too repetitive. They didn't switch it up enough. The Ravi verse is pretty dope. I might listen to it for that. It's just too bright. The disco synths, once again, I don't hate all disco synths. I like it sometimes, but, like, really I don't. Yeah, it doesn't work for me here, so apologies. It seems like I crap on these fan songs a lot, which I always feel bad for. I did this in G-Friend too on some of their stuff, I think. And probably for EXO and or Super Junior, I don't remember. I know I did it for at least one G-Friend song. But it's just, for me, it just comes down to the music and how the music compares to their other music and how likely I am to listen to it. And Navy and Shining Gold just doesn't hit for me. It misses a lot. So, one of those 4 points, 25% of the score is literally just because of Ravi's verse. It was so dope. So, last song, Shangri-La. I have heard this before, but also I heard this, this was the very first VIXX song I heard, and I haven't listened to it, obviously, since I've listened to this album. So, this is my first time doing that, so we'll see if it holds up. I remember being shocked and impressed by it. Who knows? Oh, traditional instruments get me. Traditional instruments with the electronic production. That's why this song was recommended to me so much. This is a good starting point. Oh, and that sexy delivery. 너와 함께 있다면 어디든 마음이 나풀대면 불어올 그림 속 난 내게 취해 아득한 향기 기대 시간 따위 버려두고 널 바라보고 하얀 달이 뜨면 달의 빛이 너를 보고 Oh, those traditional elements. 모든 숨소리가 너인 것만 같아 I've never heard anything like this song. I wasn't sure how it was gonna hold up. It holds up. Oh, it's so pretty. The traditional instruments with the dark electronic, and it feels like some of these vocal lines, obviously I'm not super familiar with traditional Korean music. I would like to become more familiar as I become more familiar with all Korean everything, but to me it sounds like some of these vocal lines are sung in a style that I would imagine is something similar or comparable to Korean traditional music as well. So like this section, like that almost sounds like it could be traditional vocals too. I forgot about the... Oh, the way they layer their vocals here. Oh, that synth build with the traditional strings. Oh, that ad-lib! Oh, we're listening to that again! Oh! See, to me that sounds like it could be traditional Korean style singing. I could be wrong. That ad-lib. Ah, and then those synths in the middle of this! It's such a cool mixture! And they switch up the pacing and the structure so much! Ooh! I can't sit still listening to this song either. Unfortunately for you guys, this song makes me dance, which is not a pretty sight, but whatever. I can't help it, I'm sorry. All the strings at the end. I'm waiting. Oh no, there aren't strings at the end, I'm stupid. Why didn't I think there were strings at the end? I thought that there was one more hit of those. Regardless, it's a 10. 3 10s, 3 10s. There's nothing, I've never heard a song in my life that mixes traditional instruments as well. Obviously, I've heard songs that mix them. I've never heard it done as well as it is done, with as much uniqueness, not too much repetition, cool ad-libs added all over the place, gorgeous production. The ad-libs, the harmonies, the rap, just everything about this is so aesthetically perfect. They just commit so hard to the sound. And it's just, okay, that's a 10. Okay, I'm going to listen to a couple of songs, just samples of them, to see if I'm going to change any scores. Scientist is one that I need to hear again, now that I've listened to some other stuff, to make sure it's not too low. Because I think I may have, like, dragged it down just based on other stuff, but... Aw, this is pretty cool. I don't know. I think I have this too low. It's way too low. Don't know how that happened. Let me listen to Silence again. I want to see if this is comparable. Maybe Silence needs to go down? We'll see. Maybe I'll put this too high. Okay, I think I have Silence too high. We're gonna drop this to... We're gonna drop this to an 8. I think. This feels roughly analogous to Trigger to me. I don't know why I put that so high, but it's good that that's why I double check. Resentis, is it equivalent to Escape? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be slightly lower. This build up.
왠지 부담스러웠어.
Okay, Sentis isn't that good. It's good, but it's not quite that good. We're gonna give it a 9, I think. I think that's where that one's sitting. Odd Sense? Now I have to listen to all these again. Whatever, it's okay. I don't want to get these wrong, you know? I want an accurate representation of how I feel. Oh.
Yeah, all night.
No, I think this is about where it belongs, to be honest. It's very, very good, but I think it's safe where it belongs. I need to hear a little bit of Circle again. Sorry guys, I don't want to mess up. I want to make sure I have as accurate a representation of my feelings as possible on this first album, especially because this is the benchmark I'm using for every album after this, so it can really skew the series if I do it inaccurately. So I want to double check a lot of these.
영롱한 스릴러 투명한 너와 나 불현듯 스치는 불안감도 없지 Oh yeah 흐릿한 레드라인 선명한 무빙과 적절하게 스며들고 있는 우리 Oh yeah 몸을 다가는 적조차 찾아낼 수 없는 우리 둘 소리가 참 밖을 못 넘어가도록 은밀이야 Oh yeah We have a secret
Oh. That's pretty strong. I think it's where it belongs. I think Good Day is also where it belongs. I like Trigger, and these are all 10s, they're not changing. Okay. These are locked in. So that gives us a final score of 7.8. This is amazing. Like I said, there's 2 songs in this album I don't see myself listening to a whole lot. The rest of them I will listen to over and 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 over again. What? Shangri-La I have been listening to over and over and over again. Resemble and My Valentine are just so good. Sentis I already have been listening to over and over and over again. These are amazing. Trigger's a really cool song I need to listen to more. Circle's a really cool song. Silence and Odds. Just like I said, it's really just Navy and Shining Gold and Good Day that didn't work for me. Obviously with Navy and Shining Gold working a lot more. But it's just, I don't know. Don't see myself returning to those. But oh, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. I love this series. Thank you guys so much if you watched all the way through this video. Like I said, I want to know your scores if you watched all the way through this, or if you don't feel like typing out all your scores, at least type out the ones that you massively agree with me on or disagree completely with me on. Always fun, make sure to keep it civil, but I do want to know different people's opinions, because we're all different humans, formed by different experiences, and we're going to like and dislike different things, and that's fine. So don't feel bad to speak up if you love Good Day, or you love Navy and Shining Gold, or you hate Shangri-La, whatever it may be. Thank you guys so much. My name is the Newbie Warrior. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And please remember to stay newbie.